Hey. Hey everyone. September 19th, the beginning of day 5. Look at this hair. Alright, so I'm gonna see what my weight is. Not bad. Walking the street to the max, hoping I don't get shanked. In all fairness, I haven't actually gotten close to getting shanked yet, dealing with public transportation, but I feel like I'm getting closer. So, additionally, I've been starting to have like a discomfort here, and I think a lot of it is because when I have my mask down, it's just wrapping around here, so it's like this all the time. So when I talk, it's like so, like my jaw's a little stiff. But yeah, the only real, because again, when you start, drastically changing your health habits, your body's gonna react. Your body gets used to a certain process, and then you start flipping, and it's like, what the hell? What are you doing, man? I thought we were friends. So there's lots of random side effects to changing your diet, which is why, in certain respects, I'm trying not to change it too drastically. Like, weaning myself off the caffeine instead of just cutting, caffeine out. Well, I mean, a little bit of caffeine is not the same as a little bit of this or a little bit of that. But anyway, so there's just a lot of little things that can happen. And the only thing I've really noticed, I'm noticing a little bit now that I'm out walking and talking, I've been having a little bit of indigestion, a little bit of stomach issues. But I mean, if any part of your body's going to get affected by a rapid change in diet, I mean, so that makes sense. And it's like, it's not horrid. I'm not like keeling over in pain. I'm not throwing up. I'm not having any of these side effects that would make one think, hey, I think I need to go to the hospital. But yeah, that's the primary effect I've noticed. And yeah, there was 2 homeless guys over here when I went to work the other day, and I didn't even notice them. So now when I go around that corner, I'm like, just making sure. One other little thing that I've noticed. It's kind of a strange sensation. I know why it's happening, but I'm having this like slight increase in energy, obviously from having better food in my system. This slight little uptick in energy, but I'm only doing about 2,000 calories a day. In the last 2 days, I barely hit 1,900, which is enough to sustain you. But it's still a little lower than I regularly want to be at. So I feel like periodically I feel this sense of sluggishness, like I haven't had enough calories over such and such a period. And I need to get better about putting a little something in me. A little hell yeah, brother. That was not a motorcycle. About getting some, because usually I wake up on work days. It's different when I don't work, but on work days I get up, I get ready, I go to work, and then I don't eat something until my first break. So like today, I work at 2. I probably won't be taking my first break till about 4:30-ish. So I wouldn't even be eating anything till about 4:30, 5 o'clock. That's another benefit of getting like fruits and vegetables at the store is like, I can eat like 1 banana. Like, cause I don't like eating when I first wake up. That's why I don't. I'm usually not hungry the first couple of hours I'm awake. I feel like the older I get, the more that's fading, but that's been a thing. Oh, this guy looks a little sketchy. But yeah, so, just getting like a banana or, something small, a handful of nuts in me early in the day to help give me a little extra food, spread my calories out evenly. Oh boy. So, it's happening. I can feel it. Sorry to get across the street. Yeah, I'm feeling the fatigue. I'm feeling that fatigue, that little kind of shakiness, which is another side effect from drastically changing your diet. It's also probably a side effect from me not getting enough calories. So, whoa, bug just bounced off me. So, I was already gonna hit up the store before going to work. I may have to cheat a little bit because I got a 9-hour shift ahead of me. I don't need to be shaking around. So, I don't know, I'm gonna try to find me something that's kind of calorie dense, but that is healthy as calorie dense can be. So I don't feel like I'm gonna fall over, but I can tell I'm just kind of a little, ooh. So I should probably get a little something in me before starting the long work day. Does that sound like a good idea? I think so. So here's my thought. Thinking probably gonna have to get something, like I just need to get something that'll get me quick calories. So I bought a thing of nuts yesterday, but I'm thinking I'll just buy another small thing of nuts today because they're quick calories, and you know the type of nuts that are in there are usually pretty good for you. Otherwise, I'm just gonna end up getting like something that's like just, you know, randomly high calorie, high sugar, high salt. There's gonna be something in it that's too high. You know, it's either do this or get some candy. So, yeah, in addition to some other items to eat throughout the day, I'm just gonna get me some nuts. You know, again, a handful of those, that's like 200 calories right there. Boom, boom, boom. I can suck down 600 quick calories and feel a little better about myself. It's a work in progress. So I'm on my first break, about 2.5 hours in. I'm so tired. I'm actually getting better, but I'm still really tired. The first hour, my stomach was just in knots. The natural transition, yeah. So I just felt just gross and just like indigestion, crampy, just all the things that could happen to your stomach all at once. Aside from having to vomit, which thank God that didn't happen, but I didn't think it was gonna happen. But anyway, and then that kind of passed, and now I'm just really tired. My stomach's kind of softening. I had some more food, got some more calories in me, and now I'm just tired. Not in pain though. The fibro is not bothering me too much. I'm gonna get a little bit of that, which I'm trying to wean off of. It's a slow wean, and honestly, I need caffeine. That rhymed. So yeah, I'm kind of ominous looking. This light is directly above me. So that's what's going on. That's all. I'm gonna eat my bananas and cease to exist for a while. And I'm on my half, and I'm still looking very sketchy under this very, very unattractive light. On my half, I'm about to eat big old salad, and you know, I'm still feeling pretty tired. I'm feeling a little bit of stiffness, not really any pain, just stiffness. But like energy-wise, I feel light years ahead of where I did on my 15, which was about 3 hours ago. So that discomfort past, it will probably, you know, rear its ugly head again here and there, but I've actually felt pretty good the last few hours. And I'm maintaining my regiment as I take a sip of the one vice that I'm slowly eking my way out of. But yeah, other than that, I've had some fruit smoothie thing, couple banana, spit, Jesus. It's like river saliva. Anyway, it was a couple bananas, some nuts, and yeah, now I'm about to take this down. So definitely feeling a lot more energy than I did earlier. So time to munch. There's the fork. They always try to hide the damn fork from you at the bottom. Yeah, I gotcha. Hey yo, what's up? I'm off. 'Tis a crystal, well, semi-crystal clear evening. So pretty decent work day in terms of my physical capabilities and how I'm feeling leaving work, and now I'm just walking the sketchy way back to the Powell Boulevard Max stop, which I've in the past kept saying, like, I'm not going to the stop anymore, it's too sketchy because of all the homeless people around there. I'm gonna start going to Holgate. And then a guy got shot there like 3 weeks ago, right by the 7-Eleven, right where I have to walk through, and there's just so many seedy characters. So that was kind of the, I don't know what it was, but it made me suddenly feel safer going this way again. You encounter less people, at least on your way there. It's when you get to the stop that you have to watch your back. Jeez, especially the last night I worked late. It's like 3 nights ago. Just playing friggin' musical chairs with these crackheads and whatnot. Just kind of, I'm using crackheads generally. I'm sure they're not all crackheads, but I'm sure the people that I'm speaking about specifically all have some kind of drug problem, possibly among other things. So again, overall, feeling pretty good. I felt a little bit, and you know, usually these 9-hour shifts, for the most part, I usually feel okay. And then, like the last hour and a half, I kind of start feeling worn down and crappy, and I definitely felt, you know, kind of a stiffness to my joints. The stiffness was there, not really any pain. Sorry, I'm just looking around. There's a lot of spots for people to hop out and begin shanking. And it wouldn't surprise me if at least once or twice someone's been sleeping in those. But anyway, so I'm, you know, started feeling a little bit of stiff, but not really any pain. You know, once I got through that first hour and a half where I was just, like, seriously wondering if I was gonna throw up. I was just so in the stomach. And then it just kind of faded. So, you know, by about 3:30, I was kind of okay and made it through the workday and don't feel an abundance of exhaustion as I leave. So, the plan is to go home, probably gonna make some oatmeal, chop up some bananas and throw those in there. And I'm wondering where in my life I forgot how much of a banger that combination is. I threw some in my oatmeal last night. I was like, yeah, this is a thing. Bananas go in oatmeal. And I ate it and I was just like, oh, Lord, take me now. There's nothing left for me here. So I'm probably gonna do a replay of that tonight as my final meal before dinner. And I spiked my calorie. Again, I'm trying to keep it around 2100. I'll probably be closer to like 2500, which is fine because I'm going to burn about 2900. And again, the focus is improving my health, working out a better diet of food. Losing some weight is second to all that, but hopefully will just generally happen because the food I'll be eating isn't as calorie ridden. But all that said, so there was an incident tonight when I was literally the next auditorium over, and I kind of walked out of whichever one it was next to, and I was kind of seeing the aftermath. One of my coworkers was like looking outside, and there was a little commotion going on, and some girls that I guess had snuck in were being run off by a security guy. And the security guy was a person of color. The 3 girls were a person of color, so they were just calling him a racist. And I heard one guy go, man, black on black crime. But when I heard, or better yet, when I literally saw the evidence of what these girls had done, kind of surprised they didn't get arrested. I feel like this should be illegal, and if it's not. So my coworker told me that these couple of girls had gone into this auditorium and were making like gunshot noises, which is already, like, I got told that part. Sorry, I'm gonna fade into darkness because I'm walking through this dark stretch. But so I already heard that part initially, and I was like, that's not cool. Then I found the evidence and realized, oh, there's a little bit more to the story, because when we went to finally clean that auditorium, he told me like some customers kind of came. They weren't running for their lives, but a few customers did kind of abruptly depart out of like concern what's going on right now. I went in and I found 5 different, they were like these little fuzzy long things with a cap on the end. They look like the kind of bullets you would use like in a Nerf gun. They were like that Nerf material. So they didn't make like gunshot noises. They actually went in and shot a couple of these things. Just so not okay. Even if, one of those hits someone and it's, not a big deal, they're not going to get hurt by it, that would freak someone out. That would freak me out if I heard a click that sounded kind of like a gun, and then suddenly something hits me from behind. Like, not cool. Yes, I have chosen to lurk. I've chosen to loiter. Got about 6 minutes. Uh-oh. What's up here? Oh, it's coming up this way. Please don't tell me you're pulling in here. Nah, he's going. Yep. It's like, tell me someone didn't have an accident up here, because it most certainly could happen. Anyway, I should have probably about 5 minutes, so I figure about 2 or 3 minutes I'll actually step up to the platform. Just, a big thing that fibromyalgia has been tied to is, like everything else, stress. And hanging out surrounded by crackheads is kind of stressful for me. I just finished a 9-hour workday. I don't need any fresh stress. Oh, hello. Where are you going? We're going in a variety of different directions. Some stuff is going down in the city tonight. There's a lot fewer actual tents set up. Wonder if some of them are actually getting run off. Bodes well for me. There are rats all over this joint. They're everywhere. There's a few folks lumbering around. There's a dude jumping down on the tracks looking for stuff. He's probably cracked out. But hallelujah, because here comes my Max. To get ahead of everyone, but I find it's probably, Jesus Christ, this person has no pants on. Well, that was only half effective. See, the concept of waiting for everyone to get off is now you're behind them, so no one weird can sneak up on you. I know this sounds paranoid, but there's a lot of weirdos at this Max stop, and a lot of people similar to the weirdos that hang out in this area or randomly hop onto Maxes have attacked people. There's a woman near Chinatown, just minding her own business. Some woman ran up and shanked her. I think she survived, but and stuff happens. But it doesn't fully work unless everybody who gets off begins to walk away. That one person, I think it was a woman, had no pants on, no shoes. From the midsection down was nude. And I'm just like, oh, I don't even know if she was on the Max, but that's standard these days. And I try not to be just like, oh God, all these crazy people, I hate them. I'm fully understanding that a lot of these people either have mental illness, have drug or alcohol addiction, or a combination. But still, if your behavior is sketchy and it's going to potentially endanger me, I'm going to be on the guard. You know, why wouldn't you be? So I just kind of feel kind of douchey, always being like, oh, there's a crackhead. Oh, there's more crackheads, when most of them are homeless people with mental illness. I'm not trying to make light of their situation. I'm just sick and tired of having to evade them all the time. But it's Portland. You know, this is the city that we're supposed to be, the city that works, not the city that doesn't do shit about its homeless problem. They do little things and then make a big extravagant deal out of it. But they don't do anywhere near what they could, and anywhere near enough. And it's not going to change anytime soon. We just re-elected a do-nothing dog shit mayor. I don't know why I keep saying we, because I don't live in Portland anymore, but I mean, if I'm outside of my house, I'm usually at work or doing something up in Portland. And I was, until just a few months ago, a Portland resident. Anyway, it's just a problem, ongoing, but like any other night, I made it through the waiting period getting on the max. I made it through the trip on the max. Now it's just a matter of me getting home. Unfortunately, there's only one other person that even went this direction, and he was like an older, heavy-set fella. He was having a conversation with someone, then they broke off, and he went this way, so he's not even keeping up with me, and he's not a sketchy, dangerous person to begin with, so I should, in all likelihood, be home free. In all likelihood being the key term there. So I can eat some oatmeal, throw some bananas into it, and then pass the hell out. Because I was reading a piece written by Doctor today with all the extra letters after his last name, MD, ND, ODA, DMI. And he said, you know, when you're transitioning your diet like this and you're making your body go through this whole big new process and it's trying to shed, it's particular talking about your stomach, how you're trying to shed the old bad bacteria with newer bacteria. It's important to sleep and rest and let your body do its thing. Give it the opportunity. So, hello. So I want to at least be getting to bed by like 2. That'll allow me to get at least like 10 or so hours of sleep if need be. And it's only like 11. It's probably like 11:45, so I got like 2 hours. I can enjoy my day just a little bit. And then go to sleep, try to rest it up, hoping that in the morning day tomorrow, it doesn't begin quite as exhausting as this day was, and I hope I'm not feeling like utter trash for the first hour and a half of work, much less the whole shift, God forbid. Ooh, free portion of a broken recliner. You can't pass up something like that. So anyway, oatmeal done. It was pretty tasty. Started feeling a little queasy while I was eating it, but it passed pretty quick anyway. So I'm about to go to bed for the day, for the night. So a pretty good day overall once I got through that little rough patch at the start of the day. Getting through the workday was actually pretty easy, and I didn't slack off a whole lot or anything to have to do it either, so not bad. I can only hope things continue to progress in this direction. I know that I'm probably gonna have a few more stomach aches, headaches, fatigue, whatever might come along. That'll happen, you know, from time to time as your body is reassessing everything. But it's just part of the adventure, getting from here to there. So all that said, till tomorrow, see you later.